With just 10 days away, yesterday we got the second trailer for The Mandalorian Season number 2. That is coming on Disney Plus October 30th. There's a plug right there for Disney. But The Adventures of Din Djarin, The Mandalorian, and the Child, or Baby Yoda as we've come accustomed to calling it, it continues October 30th. With the trailer out, honestly, we didn't get a lot out of it. Something really enticing after the first trailer. This seems to be just an extension kind of that trailer where we don't get a lot much, but we just get continuations of some scenes that we saw in the first trailer. For example, the winter planet where the Razor Crest is being hunted down by X-Wings, or the boxing fighting scene, arena, whatever you want to call it, and the gangsters that surround the Mandalorian and the Child. Those two scenes were expanded just a bit for our pleasure to see what is actually coming. And I think they picked great scenes because those are the most enticing. But if you peek your head in, if you remove your Mandalorian helmet just for a bit, you will see some things that reveal a lot. And of course, reportedly, there's going to be a lot of cameos in season number 2, most notably Boba Fett and Ahsoka Tano. Removing ourselves from the Ahsoka Tano cameo a bit because I don't think we got a lot out of. For Boba Fett, there is a mention in this trailer that we will go through the video, so stay tuned because you might miss it. We're going to talk about how the Mandalorian is possibly going to run into not only Boba Fett, but Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren possibly. As I said, in terms of new pieces of information, this trailer did not show us a lot, just an extension of those scenes that we saw in the first trailer. Mando is officially reuniting again with Greef Karga and Cara Dune to track down the rightful home of the Child, or Baby Yoda. So let's not forget that after season 1, basically everyone who is a remnant of the Empire is out to get the Mandalorian, which apparently this season includes even the New Republic. So it will be fascinating to see both sides going after the Mandalorian, but for two different reasons possibly. The perspective of the Mandalorian, I don't think it will be so black and white. I think we will get to see a mishmash of sides that we previously did not think about. Do you have that image in your mind where the X-Wings are pursuing and firing on the Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, and the Razor Crest? This seems to me that the Mandalorian will see them as the enemy, similar to the Empire. In fact, the trailer opens up with two X-Wings that we saw in the last trailer forcing Mando to crash land after saying Razor Crest stand down. This possibly is very explainable. The Mandalorian has entered forbidden ground. Maybe this particular planet is forbidden to off-worlders. The first episodes should explain a lot. Now let's go through the Boba Fett side of things. Way back months ago, we got the first reason to believe that Boba Fett will make a comeback in The Mandalorian Season 2. That is because The Hollywood Reporter and a lot of other media outlets previously reported that Temuera Morrison is returning to play as someone. It is very realistic that he will play Boba Fett, but it's not out of the possibility that he might play a clone. Possibly, we don't know, maybe Captain Rex. So let's assume that Boba Fett is alive and made it out of the Sarlacc pit. In Legends, we know that happened. We have comics that even showcase how he got out and what he did afterwards. In canon, not so much. So Dave Filoni might use this opportunity with season 2 of The Mandalorian to bring back Boba Fett officially in canon. But the question still arises, how and why would The Mandalorian cross paths with Boba Fett? To me, Boba Fett is definitely alive. There is no question about it, and we saw it in season number 1 when the Mandalorian left the corpse of someone that was apparently familiar to Boba Fett, and he left that corpse on Tatooine. Here is what I found during those episodes where we saw Boba Fett, but not as clear as day, through sound only and through a dark, mysterious figure. I want to talk about what I saw in that episode first, and then I'll talk about in this trailer how the Mandalorian makes it clear that he will meet with Boba Fett or someone similar to Boba Fett.
We would be honored if you would join us.
we cut to the place where assassin Fennec Shan was shot, and there's a shadowy figure approaching. We hear the clinking of boots, and an armored person walks up to her body. We don't see the face, and just as he's kneeling down, the credits roll. Who was this person in the closing moments? This is what sent the internet ablaze, and they always do this with every episode. They got the attention of fans, and what they did right now is that they opened up the idea of everybody's suggestion that yes, this might be Boba Fett coming back to Star Wars canon. There's another clue that could hint this to be Boba Fett in Chapter 5 of The Mandalorian called Gunslinger. During the scene in Empire Strikes Back, a lot of people have pointed out the sound of the figure's boots is exactly the same noise that we hear when Boba Fett enters in this scene right here. Let's play a clip of it.
Join us.
So in this trailer, The Mandalorian makes it clear to Greef Karga and Cara Dune that in order to find the home world of Baby Yoda and to find its species, he is going to be searching for other Mandalorians to make his quest easier. Other Mandalorians might definitely include Boba Fett, the one surviving Mandalorian that has experience with Jedi. In fact, the closest person to Yoda, Mace Windu, killed Boba Fett's father, Jango Fett. So he is quite familiar with the Jedi or their species with Yoda's species. However, the problem with it is he won't be cooperative in the slightest. I presume that's the case. Other Mandalorians might even include Sabine Wren or Bo-Katan, as we've seen in the Clone Wars and in the Rebel series. Somehow or another, they were involved with the Clone Wars, the Jedi, the Separatists, and everything in between. That vast knowledge might come to help. I think in the end, it all comes down to Yoda. Whoever will recognize that this species is awfully familiar to a Jedi Master called Yoda that had died a long time ago. Once that connection is made, then they will be able to move forward, and I think this definitively will happen when the Mandalorian meets Ahsoka Tano. There is basically no other way, other than maybe Verla meeting up with her. I am not sure about that, but I think other Mandalorians does include Boba Fett as well. Maybe not intentionally, but definitely. What do you guys think as well, though? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.